It's my privilege to induct Bryan Marsubian. Bryan is joined tonight by his awesome wife, Julie, another Patriot. They have two daughters, Taylor, currently a student at UC Santa Barbara, and Morgan at Clovis North. I personally am very thankful to Julie for keeping Bryan eligible while they were both at Hoover. The joke at Hoover was that whenever Bryan and Julie had a class together, like history, the teacher wouldn't even read Bryan's paper. He just would read Julie's and give him a C because he didn't do exactly the same. Sorry, Bryan. Bryan is a partner in a business. They're credit card guys specializing in commercial credit, ATM machines, and e-commerce. The company is very philanthropic, supporting many causes in the Valley. Did I say that his partner is Garrett Ruby, who played baseball at Quollude? I saw Garrett today. He's coaching out of River Park, and I want his glasses and sunglasses. I cannot believe it was sunglasses. Pretty amazing. Bryan, athletics at Hoover attributes. Bryan had many exceptional, to me, attributes, as do all the inductees tonight. That's obvious. However, tenacious is a word that describes Bryan. He simply was not going to give up. And he was not easily discouraged, coming to play every day. Stubborn in a good way. Refusing to fail. Toughness that we don't often see. Coach Noakesy liked this. In addition to the battle of Barstow in baseball and stealing home plate in the middle of the night, Bryan would get so anxious to play that literally it made him ill. But he refused to go to the doctor. His junior year, he went directly from the ballpark to the hospital. That's tough. Tireless. Another word to describe Bryan. He wore both George and I out every day. Just a few more cuts and a few more ground balls. But that's what set him apart. Bryan was gifted with an excellent glove and great fielding skills. He had very quick hands and was an outstanding student of the game. Another coach for me. To me, his greatest outstanding attribute was his contribution to his teammates to ensure their success, encouraging them and working hard with them to overcome weakness. That attribute of helping others continues today. At Hoover, Bryan played shortstop, second base, and even third base when needed. Unfortunately, he wasn't tall enough for first base, right? He was an excellent hitter, finishing his senior year with a team-leading .468 average, 12 doubles, 3 triples, and 4 home runs, all without steroids. He was the team MVP, first team All-League, and selected the City County All-Star game. Bryan went from Hoover to Reedley College. He played for Jack Hacker. He was the 1984 freshman MVP of the Central Valley Conference. That year led the CBC with a .389 average. According to his coach, quote, the team leader demonstrated by his determination to succeed. Bryan then went on to Fresno State, played second base, batted .447 his senior year, including going 5 for 7 in the regionals. That 1988 Fresno State team was ranked #1 in the nation, had a 32-game winning streak, second longest in NCAA history, right, Coach?
Longest.
It went on to the College World Series in Omaha, Nebraska. At one time, Bryan thought about coaching as a career or working on his master's degree. He was a volunteer assistant with Coach Bennett at Fresno State in 1980, 89, and 1990. And today, Bryan still has a special relationship with the coaching staff, Coach Batesville, and the Bulldogs. One of the significant attributes of Hoover baseball that Bryan continues to embody is giving back to his community by coaching young athletes. Bryan often refers to Hoover as the factory because of the many coaches, local coaches, have been part of the Hoover tradition and continue to coach in the area. Coach Tom Donald, who's here tonight, asked Bryan to be part of the Buchanan High baseball staff. In that 4 years that Bryan has been there, Buchanan has won the 209 track, the 2010 Valley, and this last year, pretty awesome guys, the ESPN 2011 National Championship. Congratulations, Buchanan, Coach Donald, and Bryan. I asked Bryan to describe a special memory of his time at Hoover, and he just flat out said graduating. That was for me. Thanks, man.
Amen.
No, Bryan said, and I quote, relationships with teammates and individuals, especially George Amachi. I have another memory I'm going to share, and I know Bryan doesn't want me to share it, but I'm going to anyway. Bryan, as you know, likes money, and his senior year decided that he needed a job, and so he said to me one day, he says, Coach, I've got this important job I've got to do, and he said, I'm going to have to leave practice early. It was on a Saturday. I said, Bryan, you can't leave early. He says, Coach, I've got to leave early. And at that point, he ran into the locker room, followed by Huggy, Chris Lockett, and next thing I know, I see this rat coming out of the locker room. Well, it was actually Bryan. He was the Chuck E. Cheese mascot. He jumps in the back of the truck. Huggy's driving the truck. They're leaving Hoover. He's got this rat head on his head. And he heads over to the corner of Barstow and Blackstone to Chuck E. Cheese. A short time later, he returned. So Bryan, what are you doing back? He said, well, he said, I was getting out of the truck, my head fell off, the kids all left. So we had a short career. I asked Bryan to also tell me something of significance in his success today, and this is pretty awesome. It is a theme I think we see with everybody up here tonight, and that is that, I quote him, baseball at Hoover, also known as the factory, is everything to do with where I'm at today. Character, discipline, work ethic, and team first are things I learned as a player. Bryan is like a son to me. Sorry, Mom and Dad. I have 2 daughters. Interesting that both these guys have daughters, isn't it? But he embodies what I think are attributes that we believe are significant in our success. Love of God, country, and family. A team player who puts others above self. And for me, the key, one who values hard work, determination, and good citizenship. Bryan, it's my pleasure, buddy.
You know, I thought falling Cal I'd be okay, but he did a great job. First, that's true. The Chuck E. Cheese story is true. There was about 200 kids. I had my little Chuck E. Cheese hat on, and this little kid was tugging on my pants, so I bent down to say hi to him. My hat fell off, and there was like 200 kids screaming, "You're not real! You're not real!" They fired me. Before I forget, I want to thank everybody that's come here tonight. My family, my dad is here, as he's been every step of the way. My career is my first baseball coach. Didn't know a thing about baseball, but we had to make sure that our shoes were clean, and we had our belt on. That's it. My mom just turned 80 years old, is here, And I'm sure she's just happy that I just said that. But so glad she's here. She's been a big part of my life, obviously, and I love her very much. And she's been a rock in our family. And I'm glad you're your mom. My beautiful daughter, who said if I say anything about her, she's going to kill me, but there she is, Morgan Marsubian, 18 years old. My brother Brad and his beautiful wife Pam are here. My sister is here as well, Lori. And my business partner, as Coach Hal Frost said, Gary Ruby and his wife Gab are also here. They're from Bullard High School, both of them. However, Friday, yesterday, I did coach at Buchanan High School, and we did beat Bullard 2-1. It still feels good. Beat Bullard. I didn't do that very often when I was a player. And Coach Donald's here, who is a great friend of mine, and gave me an opportunity to coach high school baseball, and I love it every single day. And also Jimmy Wilson, who I'm coaching with this year, and his beautiful wife John is here, and I appreciate them coming tonight. And last but not least is my wife of 22 years, who, as Coach mentioned, helped me slightly through school, also through Fresno State. Julie, I love you very much. First of all, I'm very proud to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. Sam, thank you very much. And it's unbelievable that you bestowed this honor on me, and I truly appreciate it. I have been blessed to have been coached by some of the greatest coaches that this valley has ever seen. And they've made me the player and the coach and the man that I am today. Starting with this man right here, Froze, who is, you know, like a second dad to me. I love him. I love him. And, you know, I learned so much from him about life and how to be a man and how to have character and how to have passion and how to have love. And as a young adult, as a child at Hoover High School, just watching him with his two girls at practice and after practice, and how he carried himself during trials and tribulations of a baseball season. And you know, last year was a tough year for me and my family. I was ill, and I was in hospital, in and out for 3 months. And every morning that I came off or woke up from my morphine-induced coma, Coach Rose was there every morning. And you know, he's that guy. And I love him very much. And another man that I had the privilege to be in front of on a daily basis was George Machi. And George Machi was incredible. You know, he was that guy that would, you know, whether you were the starter on the team or you were just some flunky blowing spit bubbles in the dugout, if you asked him for help, he'd help you. And he would not charge you, ever. And so he knew more about the game of baseball than, you know, I'll ever know. And he freely gave his time to Hoover baseball and to kids, and you know, that stuck with me. And to this day, if anybody ever asked me for you know, to hit or field or anything, that I just passed along my time, I would never charge anybody, nor you know, I don't think it's worth what I know to charge them anyway, but if they ask me for help, I would give it to them for free, and I do. So, and I got that from Mr. Amachi. He's a wonderful man, and a quick George story is, he used to be at Hoover every day, and when we get done working out, or he'd hit me ground balls, or we'd work in the cages, we'd always go over to Foster Freeze right by Hoover High School. And without fail, he'd make me order the ice cream. I'd order the ice cream, and then when we got to the window, he would speak Japanese to the lady, and the lady would say like $3, and George would go, start speaking Japanese, and the lady would look at him, and she'd say $3, and George kept speaking Japanese, and the lady would say $3. And George would speak Japanese, and they'd just give us the free cone. And it worked every time. It was awesome. And after Hoover, let me step back. I have notes like Cal, but I'm just going to go off the top of my head. I call it the factory. My partner gets so mad at me when I talk about the factory. Because, listen, granted, Coach Noakes, when he was at Bullard High School, the programs that they had were unbelievable. However, Hoover produced a lot of great baseball players and great coaches, and so I call it the factory. And growing up, my heroes were factory players. I was at a point in my life where I could have gone either direction, and thank God I chose baseball, and that got me on the right road. But, I used to look up to guys like Cal and Scott Buss and Garrett Crow and Mark Holmes and that group, that era. And, when Cal and Scott went on to Fresno State and played baseball, I thought to myself, man, I want to do that. I want to do that. And, if they could do it and they can go to school and pass classes, then I probably could do that too. And so I went to Reedley. And I'll never forget, one year we used to be able to play baseball games every night. Junior JCs used to play Fresno State every single night. And I lived in Reedley, and I lived with a dairy farmer's son who from Chowchilla, and this guy used to bring whole milk in these containers. Yeah. And you stir it, it was so good. But anyway, I saw Cal at a baseball game at Fresno State, and he looked at me and he said, dude, you're getting fat. So I looked up, I thought, okay, I gotta stop eating, drinking this milk. But anyway, I went on, and when those guys went on to Fresno State, I wanted to be a Bulldog too. And so my heroes have always been, Hoover Patriots and Fresno State Bulldogs. And when those guys went on, I worked really hard. I was just an average player, and I worked really hard to get to able to have an opportunity to play baseball at Fresno State. And the first time Coach Bennett, who's here, who's also one of my heroes and one amazing baseball coach, and the first time, because I used to go to baseball games at Fresno State and just watch, and I was like, Fresno State, this is going to be fantastic. I want to play. And the first time I ever met Coach Ben, I was so nervous to play in front of him. And so, I wasn't very good, and I just kept trying, and he, like, okay, you're okay, but... But anyway, I worked hard and made the team, and it happened to be, I didn't play a lot there, but we had a fantastic team. And the guys that I met there were unbelievable, and the experience that I had was amazing, and I learned so much about the game of baseball. Listen, I sat right next to Coach Bennett almost the entire season on the bench. And I paid attention to what was going on. So I learned a lot from him. I learned a lot about the game of baseball, and I've just been so blessed to be able to, be in front of Coach Froese and watch his character, and Mr. Amachi, who just gave so freely of his knowledge of the game of baseball, and and Coach Bennett, who just taught me so much as far as how to run a game and game management. and all that. And I'm blessed to be able to be a part of Coach Donald's team, who's a really good friend of mine. He's a great coach, and I'm learning daily from him. He gives me the freedom to screw up the hitters and the fielders and do all that on a daily basis. And so, I've just been blessed to be in this game. And, when I was sick too, all the people that, had fallen away from me in my life always seemed to be in that room. Coach Ben, I'd wake up and Coach Bennett was there. And I'd wake up and, some former players of mine were there. And it was just encouraging. And before I forget also, I know I'm rambling, but this is it. I promise. The Marriage Chile is here, by the way, David Alexander. And I coached at Hoover. I came back and I coached at Hoover for a while, for a couple of years with Coach Nitsky. And David was on our team. And that dude was inducted last year, and he should be inducted because he was unbelievable. And I'll never forget, we were playing Madera. Ron Scott was the coach. David hit a home run to take the lead, and the ball went over the fence, and they got the ball, and Coach Scott was coaching third base, and he came in our dugout, and he gave it to David, and he said, "There you go, congratulations." And David looked at him and said, "The game's not over yet. We haven't won anything yet." I love this kid. And so guys like that played in our program at Hoover, that have gone on and been successful, and the guys that I looked up to as far as Cal and the things that he does on a daily basis, we work in the same office together. So, I've just been really blessed to be surrounded by baseball knowledge, and I'm very honored to be inducted into the Hoover High Factory Hall of Fame. Thank you very much.